So Adam is a personal trainer. He's drinking his healthy water, and he's also got a studio. What would you call it?
I have a personal training studio, Elevate Fitness.
Personal training studio, Elevate Fitness. So I've known Adam for a while, really met him through the gym experience and attended his gym for a little while as well. And me and my wife, I've seen Adam make some major changes in the last couple of years. I saw how he really pivoted his company during COVID. And now I've seen him enter into another mastermind group with me. And he's really trying to accelerate his wealth and his lifestyle. That financial freedom is what it seems like. So, Adam, tell us what you did before fitness and what got you into being a personal trainer and then eventually opening your own studio.
Yeah. So first, let me first start with a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, so nothing I say should be taken as medical advice. I barely graduated high school. I didn't graduate college. I've got a $500 personal trainer certification that I've turned into a pretty awesome business. So now that the disclaimer is out of the way, how did I get into fitness? It was 2013. I was a fireman, a career fireman at Tupelo Fire Department. I was probably 310 pounds, strongest dude in the room, but had absolutely no stamina. And I remember one particular house fire that we were first in on. I was at the busiest house in Tupelo, so we were at every house fire just about, but this one in particular, we were first in, and it was raging. It was a big one. So I remember being inside the house, just spraying water left and right. And I remember being so physically exhausted, I thought to myself, if my partner were to go down, could I even get him out right now? If something were to happen to me, could I get myself out? Because my conditioning was horrible. I mean, I was a bull for the first minute, but after the first minute, I was done. 310 pounds. So I was turning 30 that year. I think that math is right. It's pretty close. And I decided that I want to be healthier in my 30s than I was in my 20s. I was overweight all of my 20s. So the typical firehouse diet is not that conducive to your overall health and fitness. We like to cook at the firehouse, and it's typically not healthy food. So back to that fire, I made up my mind then that I wanted to be healthier in my 30s than I was in my 20s. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd always just been a power lifter, competed in powerlifting competitions all over the place. So I started looking into my diet, not knowing what I know now, that diet nutrition is 80% of the battle. And I'm a gym owner, and I'll tell you that your nutrition is 80% of the battle. So basically what I did without knowing it is I went on a low carb diet, basically. A whole food, low carb diet. I like to tell my clients, if you can't catch it, kill it, or grow it, you probably shouldn't eat it. Catch it, kill it, or grow it. You
That's
probably
good
should.
and simple, man. I like that.
Simple. So it doesn't, there's a lot of catchy diets out there. There's, Atkins and South Beach and Mediterranean. There's thousands of them, but really it doesn't have to be that complicated. Just eat whole, unprocessed as possible. Catch it, kill it, grow it kind of thing, and watch your sugars. So over the course of that year, I lost 100 pounds. I was around 31-ish or so, and I had lost 100 pounds. It took me a year. So my buddies at the fire station were like, "Hey, what did you do? How did you lose all this weight? You've transformed yourself. You're not Big Hoss anymore." So I got to thinking, I set some of my firehouse buddies up on some nutrition and workout plans, and they started having success. And I thought, man, I can make a living doing this. So I didn't have any money. So I had to finance the personal trainer course. They'll let you pay $50 a month till you get it paid off. And I went through ISSA and got my personal trainer certification, and I started doing it part-time at Premier Athletics. And the way the firehouse schedule works, it's 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So it was really tough for me to set up clients on a consistent schedule because of the rotating shifts. So I think it was 2014, end of 2014, I left the fire service and I went full-time as a personal trainer at Premier Athletics. So 8 years now. 8 years I've been doing it. What was it? Did I answer the question, or did I get?
Yeah, you did. I'm smiling because I can't see who the Facebook user is because they didn't log in or something because we're using StreamYard, but He said, I need to gain about 25 pounds.
Is it male or female? Can you tell? You can't tell.
I'm going to say that's got to be a male. I've never heard a female say I need to gain.
That's right. Hey, it's easier to take 25 pounds off of an overweight person than it is to put 25 pounds on a hard gaining male or a male with a super high metabolism. That's one of the toughest clients. They've got to eat. I guess they can hear me right now. They need to eat like a horse, and especially protein, at least 1.5 times your body weight in grams of protein to help answer that.
I've got it's a male and his name is Pete. I know a few Pete's, so I'm not sure which one, but all right. So that's how you got into it. And how long did you act as a personal trainer before you opened up your studio, your personal studio?
Yeah, I opened up my first studio in 2018. So 5, 6 years, I was working out of Premier Athletics and got super busy. I was probably running 50 to 60 clients through that gym. And I just kind of wanted to do my own thing. So I moved into a 1,300 square foot studio. It was just me. I was in that studio for about 2 years and I brought on 2 other trainers. It started getting really crowded in the 1,300 square foot studio. So 2 years ago, we moved into where we are now, an 11,000 square foot studio, and there's now 7 trainers. But
Wow.
we've grown, and there's probably 150 clients that come in and out. So my studio is different in that it's not a 24-hour open gym like you typically see. It's a personal training studio. If you're here, you're most likely working with a trainer. I do allow my clients to come in and do extra work on their own, especially extra cardio. But typically, the people that are here are working one-on-one with a trainer or they're taking part in a small group class.
Gotcha.
But
So,
a lot of moving parts out here. There's probably 5 trainers out there now just getting after it.
wow. So, let me ask you this for the guy or gal that's sitting there saying, man, I would like to consider being a personal trainer. I've always been interested into the health and fitness, getting my own personal gym time in. I've got a bunch of friends or family that have asked me before to train them. What would you tell them?
I would say if you have that passion to go for it. And if I can do anything to help, feel free to message me because I love helping new trainers get started. I actually just had my absolute one of my most consistent, I can't say my absolute best because my other trainers may see this, but she was my most consistent. She was here 10 hours a day. She actually opened her own studio in Amory a couple months ago. So I love seeing new trainers start out and progress through their career. And if it so be desired, they open their own studio. So I would say go for it. ISSA, NASM, and ACE are considered like the 3 big certifications. Mine's through ISSA, but either of those 3 are great.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Passion for helping people. You need to know a little bit about what you're talking about, and you got to kind of somewhat have the look. That's the 3 things that you need. You got to be a good people person and a good listener because about half of this job is counseling.